He's a former OU and NFL linebacker turned actor. Brian Bosworth, nicknamed The Boz, is known for his flamboyant personality, but he tells 2 News anchor Russ McCaskey that a new movie he's in has changed his life. Tonight, in To the Point, Russ sits down with a new and improved Brian Bosworth.
And we welcome in Brian Bosworth. Thanks for spending some time with us today.
Well, thank you, Russ.
You have a movie that's coming out. You've done a couple. Tell us a little bit about this one and what it is you like about it. It's called Revelation Road?
Called Revelation Road. I'm on tour here in Oklahoma through the month of March, and it was important for me to bring this movie to Oklahoma. The producers had already pre-sold the movie when we made it, and they didn't have any intentions of doing any screenings, but I felt a calling to share this movie and the message. It's an action movie, which is really cool, but it's also a religious. It's a faith-based film. So the Christian movie fans are going to get what they need, which is the message is very clear and very strong. But it's something that the Christian movie public that wouldn't normally see it is going to get their fill too, because it's an action, it's a drama, it's very, very exciting, and this is just part 1. Part 2 comes out in the summertime. And
you said this really moved you. This has really become part of you.
Well, it has changed me. It started out as a surprise. I wasn't really looking for a film. I wasn't looking to work. I was really looking to move on with my life, and the movie came to me via my agent, and he urged me, read this script. And I just said, I'm just not interested in reading any more scripts. And you need to read this script. So where I was at that moment when I read that script, it's not where I am sitting here today with you. I read it, I put it down, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks and moved me to the point where I now see on a page in black and white exactly who I am. And I don't like it. And I need to move from where I'm at so I can get to where I want to go. But I was scared to do that. And the movie worked on me. And the movie ended up being my Revelation Road. And it changed my life. And it brought me to a relationship with Jesus Christ.
How about that?
Yeah.
Sounds like that's definitely worth seeing. All right, since we got you here, let's talk a little bit about OU football as well. You know, when you look at the college landscape today, it seems like Alabama's up here and everybody else is down here. What does OU need to do to get back to that national championship level?
Well, it's not only Alabama, it's the SEC is up here, and everybody else is down there. And you know, I talked to Bob Stoops this last week, and they have a depth problem. One's a recruiting problem. They're not getting the players that they used to get back in, you know, in the days in his early years and back in the '80s. That player that has a passion for Oklahoma football, the tradition of Oklahoma football, is not coming to Oklahoma. There's been a transition in what's important on the priority list for players now. So it makes it a problem for recruiting kids out of Oklahoma and kids from Texas. Now they're having to go out and get kids from the East and the West Coast, so they don't have that same ownership value in the program. So they need depth on offensive line, defensive line. They need to get back to a more physical game on defense. And I think they need to maybe change a little bit about what their offensive profile is, because they've been in this setback, everybody's spread out, and it's been successful, but you have to have a quarterback that puts pressure on the defense, put pressure on your corners, doesn't give the defense an extra person to have to account for, and I think that's where we need to go. But there's a rebuilding that needs to go on there.
All right, let's go back and touch on the movie one more time, because you said that this was so monumental in your life. Do you think that people who go to see it will have that same kind of feeling when they walk out of the theater?
Every place that we have screened this movie through Oklahoma, I've had people with that, not sure what I'm about to see, go in. And they come out transformed. Some are crying. Some are moved to the point where I even had an atheist. I called and had him come, personally invited him. And he came up to me after the film and he said, "Thank you. I now know that I need to move." And it's really for those, it's either a reaffirmation of where you are and where you know you're going, but it's also for those souls who figure, you know, I've done so much wrong, there's no way I have a day of redemption. And that's not true. All you have to do is ask, and that day of redemption will be received by you. You have to accept him in your life.
All right, look for that. Revelation Road. Brian Bosworth, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.